In my last video, we set up N8N to work together with Zapier to post videos to our social media. We would take the title, description, and the video URL, send it to N8N, which would update a Google Sheet. Then Zapier would take that same Google Sheet as its trigger, take that information, and then post it to our social media using Buffer. Well, today we're going to be building off the same thing, except this time we're going to be using an N8N workflow where we're building an AI agent to create the content for us. On the Zapier side, it's going to be the exact same thing. I have the exact same Zapier setup as the last video, so we're just going to be touching the N8N side. It's going to be updating the exact same Google Sheet. And also we're going to be using Sora 2 to create the content for us. If this is something that you'd like to build, keep watching because I'll show you how to put this together. Alright, so like I mentioned, we're going to be building off of this setup right here that we did from the last video, where it updates this Google Sheet right here. So the workflow that we're going to be building today is this one right here. This is the content creation agent. Now, it may look a little bit complicated here, but it's very similar to the VO3 video that I did a while back where we posted videos to YouTube. It follows the same process. It has the AI agent take instructions. It checks the logs so it doesn't repeat videos. Puts it in a specific output where it gives the title, description, and the prompt. And here we used VO3 for the prompt in this node here, and then it passes it over to YouTube. This is essentially doing the same thing, except you can probably just replace these 6 nodes here and replace that with the generate a video with Gemini. I'll explain why it's so many nodes here in a minute. And then it does the same thing. This is pretty much the exact same thing as this half. And then these things right here, they do the same process. And then the merge updates the prompt log. And then instead of posting to the YouTube node, this one we're just going to be updating the Google Sheet just like this one does, right? It takes the exact same fields, the title, description, and the video URL, and then it posts it or sends it over to the sheet. Once it hits the sheet, we're going to be using Zapier once again to take that Google Sheet, send it to Buffer, and then it's also to the YouTube node just for organization purposes. If you haven't seen the video where I set up the Zapier side, no worries, you can keep building this N8N workflow, and then once you've had this all updated and you've made it so it updates the sheet, you can go ahead and watch that video and see how Zapier takes a Google Sheet and posts it to social media. I'll put a link in the description below, and I have timestamps so you can skip ahead to the N8N, the Zapier side, and continue from there. But anyways, I'll be using the same channel. Actually, for this here, I use the Wolfie Tunes channel. For this video, I'll be using the exact same YouTube channel. I'm just going back there. This is a channel right here. I'm going to be posting another video about animals playing musical instruments. This is the one actually when I was doing some testing with this workflow. This is the video that Sora 2 made. Yeah, it's very short because I didn't want to pay that much just for testing. But yeah, you can kind of compare with VO3 and Sora 2. I'm just going to do a quick run through just to explain how this works. So just like that YouTube automation, it runs off of a schedule. So this one I have it running, I believe. This one says midnight. I'm just going to change it to, it doesn't really matter. I'll just change it to noon, but you can customize that. The prompt is the exact same as the YouTube one actually. But in this side right here, I just have the instructions to explain which tools to use, the idea I wanted to generate, and then the title and the description. It sends it out in the output, uses this to provide the title, description, and the prompt for Sora 2. Sends it off here. This just gets the title and description. The prompt gets sent this way. It creates the video. It gets the video URL, downloads the file, uploads it to Google Drive, and then it updates the video URL here, and then it all gets put together here. And then right there, updates the prompt log just to avoid repetitiveness, and then it updates the Google Sheets. This is optional. I just like getting notifications from Discord, but you can change this to email, either Outlook, Gmail, however you like to get your notifications. So there we go. I'm gonna list some of the things that we're gonna be needing to get this to work today, and then we'll start building. All right, so in order to get this working, I know before, I don't know if it's still the same, but in order to get Sora 2 from OpenAI, you needed an invite code. You're not going to need that for this video. In order to get Sora 2 working, we're going to be using a service called Wavespeed. Now, with Wavespeed, we're going to be getting a Wavespeed API key. It's very easy to set up. I'll show you how to get that. You're going to need the template from website. I'll put the link in the description below. And then if you haven't already set up Zapier side with Buffer, just go watch my video either before this or after this. Doesn't really matter. But you're going to be needing to watch that just so you know how to set up the Zapier side. So again, not a whole lot of requirements. The template makes this super easy. It looks kind of complicated. You don't have to worry about that. I'll show you how to import the template, plug in your information, and get this going in no time. All right, let's start off with Wavespeed AI. So what is Wavespeed? It's basically a service that allows you to use different models to create content. It could be either videos or images. And if you look here, they have access to so many different models. Not just one. You have Kling, Sora, WAN, 2.5, Cdance. I don't think they have VO3 yet. Just quickly doing a scan. They don't, but I show you how to do VO3 in my other video and using free credits. So using their API, you can use these models and you can use that to create your videos. Now, I try to keep my channel using tools that are free as much as possible. So far, I think I've done that. This one, however, is not going to be free. So you do have to pay. It's not too bad, actually. Quite affordable. But you do have to pay. I'll show you where to do that in a minute. But first, you're going to have to create your Wavespeed AI account. So once you're at the main page, let's just quickly go to this side. Wavespeed AI. Kind of looks like this. You're going to sign in top right corner right here. You click on that. You can sign in with your Google account. Once you sign in or you create your account, I'm just going to close that. You'll be right here in your dashboard. All right, so now once you create your account, you're going to want to go to billing here. This is where you're going to add credits. It's pretty easy to do. You have the option to buy $10 or even more right here. But if you're just, let's say you don't want to put too much money into testing, you can set custom here. You can put the minimum of $2. You can put $5. That's more than enough for testing. You can probably make a few videos of that. And then, yeah, you can put as low as $5 if you want, using their custom option there, which I think is pretty nice. So set that up with your billing. You put your information there to purchase credits. Updates right away. This is how much I have. I didn't put that much either. I put $10, and this is how much I have after a couple videos of testing. So not too bad. All right, so that's in billing right here. Once you're done and you have your billing set up, you're going to want to go to API keys right here. I have one already, but what you're going to do is create API key. Oh, sorry, give it a name. Let's do YouTube test. You're going to create a key, and then it's going to give it to you right here. So it's going to go away after. You can always click on this button and view it again if you ever lose it. Try not to lose it. but or give it away. But once it generates, just click on this copy button, put it somewhere safe, and then I'll show you where to plug that in a minute. I'm just gonna delete that for now. There we go. I have one already, so I'm gonna use that. So yeah, once you've done that, you're pretty much set up with Wavespeed. That's all you have to do on the Wavespeed side. Super easy. And then the model that we're going to be using is Sora 2. Oh yeah, right here. It says VO3 is coming. But anyways, click on this right here where it says Sora Experience Sora 2 now. So right here, it charges you for testing. That's the only thing I don't like. But I'm not going to test here. I'm going to test through our workflow. But the reason why I wanted to bring here is just to show you the cost. Now, the way it's charging you, it's going to be 10 cents per second. So right here, it says it's going to cost 40 cents to run because it's 4 seconds. There's the options for 8 and 12. I'll show you how to customize that in N8N. But just keep that in mind, it's going to be 10 cents at the time of recording this video, at least. It's 10 cents per second. And then you don't have to worry about this too much. But if you're ever fooling around with Wavespeed and you click on this API tab here, it'll tell you what URL to use right here for the request. I'll show you why this is significant in a minute, but don't worry about this too much. I already have it set up in the templates. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Sora 2 and Wavespeed. Now, finally, let's get building in N8N. Alright, so going back to N8N here, we're starting off with a completely empty, clean canvas here. Now, I'll have this available on my website for the template. You're just going to go here, put the link in the description below for my templates. So you're just going to click on one of these. I don't have it yet. It's going to be there after I post this, but you click on this button here to download. Okay, and then once you have it downloaded, go on the 3 dots right here, import from file, get the downloaded templates. This is the one I'm going to be putting up. And there we go. It's going to look like this. It's going to bring it up here for you. I have a quick little setup guide here just to show you what you're going to need to get this working. But right away, see all these warning signs. Now, again, if you've been following all of my videos, you don't have to really set up any other credentials other than the Wavespeed API key we just got. So just quickly go in here and set up your stuff here. Start off with all the Google nodes. And then just update everything here. Okay, once you plugged in your Google credentials on all these right here, I'll go over the nodes again in a minute because you'll have to put in some of your own settings in here. But once you've done that, let's see, right here. Once you've done that, we're going to start off with our trigger here. So let's start from the beginning. We'll do this side in a sec. So the trigger, you're going to want to double click on this, and you're just going to pick your schedule. So either daily, however much you want. Keep in mind, like I said, this is going to incur a cost with 10 cents per second for the video. So just keep that in mind when you're building your schedule. And then here is our AI agent. Now, when you double click this, it's going to have the same prompt that I'm using. So just make sure you erase this. Put in whatever prompt you want. I'll show you how this is set up here. So I gave it a goal that you're going to be an expert viral content creator, and it's going to generate videos, and give it a title and a description. It's short form animal content. I gave it very specific instructions right here. So I told it an animal. To pick an animal, pick a musical instrument, pick a genre, and kind of rotate through them. And then right here, I'm just telling it what tools to use. So there's going to be that Google Doc to check the prompt document. That's pretty important. Make sure you explain the tools that you want to build it. And then also, I said if it's you don't see the idea in their logs, then go ahead with your idea. If it's already there, think of a new idea. This one says VO3. Actually, I'm going to erase that. There we go, right there. But yeah, all this big chunk here, honestly, I just got it using ChatGPT. I asked it to give me a good prompt. So if you have your idea, you can, get a framework using that. You put it in a chat box. Tell it what type of videos you want to be building, that you're going to be using Anyden. You can build off of this prompt right here if you want, because you can follow the same structure. It'll work really well. So just make sure you have your goal. You can update this, the instructions of your idea. And then right here, just make sure you have it check that document, the Google Doc, so it doesn't repeat ideas. And then it explains how you want the output to be done. Right here, it does that. So for here, I make sure that it puts out the title, description, and the prompt. The structured output parser will make sure that it comes out in a nice JSON format. That's where you're able to drag and drop everything here. You're not going to be doing that if you're getting the prompt. So for here, just make sure you're picking your document name right here. So I'm going to put my URL here. So I'm going to be putting my document ID here, and then it's going to use my I'm going to be using the existing prompt that I have from this video right here. Okay, so once you've done that, you got your prompt. I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash. Feel free to use any model you want. But if you've been following my videos, it should just automatically pick up from your existing API key. Now, if you follow my YouTube automation here, you can also use the same prompt from here. This, like I said, this half is pretty much the same. So there's that. I'll put a link in the description below there because I showed you how to use free credits. So if you want to test out your prompt using free credits, this is a great way to do it. That way you can do some tests, see what needs some work. You really got to be as specific as you can with your prompt and make sure it gets what you want to generate, which is term, I'm sure you heard it before, prompt engineering. Okay, so you got this half done. Now we're going to move on to this half here. We're going to be generating our video content. Okay, video generation side. Now this, you're going to leave the exact same. Once the AI agent thinks of it's an idea, it's going to give the title and description to here. It's going to give it to the merge node, which will wait for this to be processed. Now, moving on to sorry, this is the new one that I just built. I'm just going to close this one now to avoid confusion. Okay. Now right here, you're going to open this up. This is where we have that URL. You really don't need to change anything here. But I'm going to go down here and I'm going to explain to you how this is. So right here, as you can see, it takes a prompt. This is going to get it from our AI agent. The duration. Now, the duration, I have it set to 4 seconds. Now, if you remember here for the duration, I had these ones. Not 100% sure if it strictly has to be, like 8 and 12. I'm just following that, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to spend too much right now for testing, because I still want to demonstrate to you how this works. I'm going to set it to 4 seconds for now, but this is where you would update it if you want more. So if you want it longer, just take this and you can put 8 seconds there. Again, keep in mind that's going to be 80 cents USD, by the way. But right here, I'm also specifying the ratio. Now remember, if you're making short form content like this, you have to specify that it's 9:16, because if it hits YouTube and it ends up being widescreen or whatever, it's not going to post it in the shorts. So if it's 9:16, it automatically gets taken as a short and it posts it over to your shorts. I think the same thing goes for Instagram. But anyways, this is where you set the settings. It's pretty simple. It just wants the prompt, duration, and the aspect ratio. That's all it needs to know what you want to put. So that's it with that. Right here, picking a different one here. I have my Wavespeed credentials already, but if you want to set up yours now, you're going to go to create new credential. And right here where it says bearer token, this is where you're going to paste your Wavespeed API. I generated a new one just for testing purposes here. I'll just delete it after because I'm not going to be using it. But you post it right here, you just give it a name. I'm just going to name this Wavespeed test. So I'm not going to be using this one. Go save. And that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do on that for Wavespeed, putting in your credentials for that. And that's it for that. Just make sure you do the same thing for your other Wavespeed nodes. So the one that says get video URL and then get video file. Just make sure you add your credentials there, and then you're all set. Now, why do I have so many nodes for this? I'll tell you why. So one thing about Wavespeed caught me by surprise from another automation that I built using Wavespeed. It doesn't save your videos. So these are the test ones that I've had. The rest are archived. So it doesn't keep them forever. If you're going to pay for them, I feel like you should keep your content. So what I did here was it creates the video, right? Once it creates the video, it generates its own Wavespeed URL, which you could use to update that Google Sheet. And then you can kind of, skip all this. You'll still need this wait node though. If that's what you want to do, you can delete these ones and then use the video URL. I recommend not doing that. Just keep it as is. But anyways, it gets the URL from Wavespeed and then it uses that right here. Here, I'll show you what this looks like right here. It takes the ID, gets the video URL, and then it uses this node right here to download the video file using the Wavespeed URL. After it uses this node to download it, uploads it to Google Drive, and then it adds the Google Drive URL right here. That way you can keep your videos. So it saves it in Google Drive and it never gets archived. After a certain period of time, it gets archived in Wavespeed and then you can't access it anymore. But if you upload it to your Google Drive, you can keep it right there. And even after it gets archived, you still have your video. So these you don't have to do. Once you put in your credentials, you don't have to do anything else with adjusting anything here. All the data that it gets here it's all dynamic. It's all dynamic. So once you set this up, it generates the ID and then uses that ID. This gets the ID. Sorry, this uses the ID to get the URL. Then it sends the URL to this one and it uploads to Google Drive. So that's why I have so many nodes. This wait node, if you don't have this wait node, it's going to skip and continue. It's going to hit the merge node and it'll continue through the whole thing before it even generates a video. Or it might fail right here actually because I have these extra nodes because there's not going to be a URL. So it's going to fail. So you want to have this wait node right here. You leave it right there just so it gives it time to generate the video and then it sends the video URL and it proceeds with the flow. So once you set up your Wavespeed credentials in there, you're just going to open up this upload file right here. This right here, you just have to decide where you want to save the video. So I have a folder called Woofy Tunes Videos. All you have to do once you have your credentials autofilled there, this is dynamic, so you can leave that. You just pick the video, or sorry, the folder where you want it to be saved. And that's it for that. That's all you have to do there. If you haven't set up your Google credentials, by the way, I've done it in a few videos. I'll put the link in the description on how to set up your Google credentials just in case you haven't set that up yet already. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video generation. One more time, just going through what we did. All we had to do was add our Wavespeed API credentials to these nodes and then pick the folder where you want your videos to be uploaded. That's all you have to do if you're using the template. Okay, moving on to the last section here. Prompt, just make sure you're referencing the same document that the AI agent is using. This will update the history so that the video that it just created doesn't get repeated again. All right, Google Sheet now. You're just gonna open up this node. If you followed the last video from, well, I guess you're gonna have to for the Zapier side. You can just make sure you're using the exact same document you did for the Zapier setup. So just open this up. Make sure you have the same document right here, referencing the same sheet. All right, and then these should just go right in there. This is doing the same thing. It's updating the video URL, the title, and the caption. All right, so that's all you have to do there. Just go over it quickly, make sure that's all in order. I'll go over quickly how to get your Discord set up if you want to use that. I'm going to use my demo Discord account here. So once you have your channel here, once you have your account here, I have a server. I'll just create a new one for testing purposes, but you're going to create your own server. For me and my friends, just give it a name. I don't know, Wolfie server. Create. Boom, right here. You're gonna go right here to this plus sign, or sorry, right here, text channels, create a channel. And I'm just gonna give it a name, Wolfie-uploads. There you go. Create channel. All right, now once you're there, beside the channel, click on the settings, and then you're gonna go to integrations, webhooks, create a webhook, and then open this up right here, and then copy webhook URL. You can give your bot a name if you like. I'll just leave the defaults for now. You copy that webhook URL. Then when you go into your Discord node, I have one here. You're gonna go to this will stay the same, so make sure that this says webhook. I have a lot of bots. Create new channel. All you have to do is just put your webhook ID right there. If you have different ones, I give mine a name. So Wolfie test. So let's just leave it right there like that. Save, connected, and you're good. So then when you get your notifications, you'll get them right here in the channel that you just created. And that's how you set up your Discord notifications. There you go. So once you're done that, you're all set up, you're all ready to go. Let's give this a test and see how it works. All right, so we're ready to test this out. Let's go over quickly where these videos are gonna go. So I have my YouTube for Wavespeed Tunes open. TikTok, I had to create new accounts. So there's that first video that I uploaded of the cat playing the drums. And Instagram, it's gonna be posted in my reels here. I don't have anything here. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite impressed that this was able to get 33 subscribers. I haven't done anything. I haven't touched this at all. I've just been letting my automations run. Just been using the YouTube one though. Haven't been using the Sora one just because I don't want to pay for something I'm not really using. But anyways, here's Zap. This is the Google Sheet that it's going to be using that we're referencing from our Any and Inside. So it's going to run these through the exact same thing. It's going to go through Buffer to post a TikTok, the next one to hit the Instagram, and finally it'll hit the YouTube step where it posts the video using the video URL to YouTube. All right, let's give this a go. We're going to go right here and execute workflow. The only thing I'm going to edit out is this waiting period because I have it for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to hit execute workflow here, and it's going to run through everything that we've set up now. Okay, so here's the content creation agent. Check the prompt, made the output. I'm just going to open this node here, edit fields. Yep, it got the title and the caption. So it went through here. It's going to go through this wait period because it's going to wait for Wavespeed to generate the video using Sora 2. So I'm just going to edit this part out. It's going to just wait for 5 minutes. Make some coffee while you wait. All right, so it looks like it's done. It's just uploading the file to Google Drive. There we go. Went through everything. Boom. Okay, so let's go through. First, we're gonna check Wavespeed. That was another test that I did. Before this test, actually, just funny little story. I ran a test and I forgot to update this. I put the wrong document in there, so it failed. Then I just ran another test. So it's important just to make sure that you have all of the correct information here, referencing the right document. Just want to repeat that one more time. But while we're in this node, as you can see, it received the title, caption, and video URL right there. Remember, that's a trigger from the Zapier side. And then it just notified me through Discord, which I closed somehow. I'm going to reopen it again. While that's opening, though, let's go over to... okay, there we go. Updated to socials. Perfect. That was just now. We're going to go over to Zapier here. Now, if you remember from the last time, it took about a minute or so for this to refresh. While we're waiting for that, I'm just going to quickly go over one more time why we're using Zapier. For those of you who haven't watched the Zapier video yet, the reason why is because this is a way to post to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube simultaneously for free. So Zapier and Buffer have free tiers, generous enough for us to use post daily to your social media accounts. We're using Buffer to connect to our social media, and then Zapier to connect to Buffer, because N8N doesn't have Buffer node, at least not yet. If that changes in the future, that'd be awesome, because then you just use one tool. But for now, this kind of works. This is how you use this part for free. Saves you a lot of money, so that if you're using this whole setup right here, the only thing you're really spending money on is your credits for Wavespeed. Unless you're on N8N Cloud, but no extra cost. At least just the workflow itself is only costing you the credits. Let's do a refresh here. Still waiting for that. Okay, there we go. After a couple refreshes, looks like it's successful. So it should have posted everything to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Let's go see if that worked. So YouTube, let's refresh. This pug shreds electric guitar like a rock star. Now, is that what we have in our Google Doc? I have it open right here. There's my failed test. This pug shreds like an electric guitar like a rock star. Okay, yeah, that's the caption. So TikTok, refresh. Not there quite yet. Instagram. Oh, it's on Instagram right away. Perfect. TikTok one more time. Now, last time Instagram, there was a little bit of delay. This time Instagram came up right away. I wonder if this time TikTok is going to be a little delay. That'd be interesting. But anyways, let's watch one of these videos just to see how it turned out. Yep, that is a pug playing guitar, if I've ever seen one. There you go. Again, this is just something that I'm using for testing. It's pretty funny though how people are watching it. Some of these actually have gotten like 2,000 views. It's hilarious. Some of them are pretty cute, not gonna lie. Let's just make sure it all works here. There it is. I just have the sound off. TikTok, let's go back, make sure it works. Refresh. Okay, yeah, there we go. TikTok, it's showing the video right there. Yeah, these haven't gotten a lot of views, these two, this one, probably because it's only 4 seconds, but anyways. There we go, and there you have it. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube have the short uploaded, all automatically using Zapier and N8N. And because this runs on a schedule, you don't really have to touch anything else. It just runs on its own, however often you set it, and then post it all to your social media. Now keep in mind, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is going to come at a cost. So let's just assume you're making 8-second videos and you're putting them daily. All right, how much will this cost? So first, I want to point out, it's in US dollars, by the way, so 10 cents US. It doesn't change it automatically for me there because I'm in Canada, but it prices it in US dollars. So just keep that in mind if you're in Canada. But 80 cents times 30 is $24. So just keep that in mind, $24 USD if you're going to be posting daily for 1 month. That's how much this is going to cost you. You can minimize that by shortening the time if you like. But yeah, so just wanted to put that out there just so you know as you're using this workflow. The nice thing about Wavespeed, again, one of the other reasons why I chose this is when you go to your billing, right? So you see my balance right here. I made a couple more videos, 843. So just remember I had a failed test, so that's why it subtracted another 40 cents. But anyways, that's my balance. But once this hits 0, or it's not enough to make a video, it just stops. It stops making your videos. So the nice thing about it is it doesn't continue and run up your API costs. Once you're out of credits, you're out of credits. It's going to stop making videos, and then you can decide if you want to add more credits. It just keeps you protected from losing money unintentionally, because I know I've seen that happen with a lot of things with API and AI, and it's quite horrible, some of the stories that I hear about some of these costs running up. But that'll never happen with Wavespeed. You put your balance, once it's used up, that's it, stops working, won't make any more videos for you. All right, so there you have it, guys. That is how you have a fully automated AI agent that creates your videos and posts it to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You don't have to touch a thing. Once this is all set up, it's all good to go. It runs while you sleep. Very convenient. It runs your YouTube channel. I'm gonna be as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm gonna put this on my templates website. I put the setup guide right here as well, just to help you out. But if you ever get stuck, you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment in the video here, and I'll try to help you as best as I can. Gonna steer you in the right direction. But otherwise, this should be good to go with the template. Just have to plug in your information there. I use a template that I'm about to put up there, so this is what you'll see when you upload it. So I thank you so much for watching. If you like content like this and you want to see more of it, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy automating your videos. Happy automating, and I will see you in the next one.